Well, hello, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career and money reading for the end of September, right through the end of October 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam. Okay, let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful. There's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to a reading, so let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Virgo? What do they need to know regarding the next couple of weeks and their career and money situation? Can you please guide them? What are they meant to be aware of? Now, the first card there is the dog, so definitely you're going to be very focused, very diligent, but I'm being given a word, okay, by my guides, which is congestion, okay? So now that word can indicate that there's a backlog of work that you're going to try and catch up with, perhaps things that you've left to the sidelines to catch up on later. This is going to be the month to really address that. It can also indicate that some of you have been feeling a little bit congested in general. You may feel that you're overworked, a little bit overstretched, a little bit exhausted, and it just feels like there's a bit of a build-up. That's what that word obviously means, a bit of a build-up or some sort of blockage there. But I do feel that things will run a little bit smoother as you leave October, okay? So we will get into the cards and see what's going on there and the energy, but I'm just being given that word, so perhaps it's something that's relevant to you right now. I mean, I definitely see you're gaining some sort of recognition or being seen for all the effort and hard work that you're putting into your career right now. And I also feel like you're aligning yourself with something that you have diligently worked towards for quite some time. So whether this is some sort of raise, promotion, or investment opportunity, whether it is you leveling up to the next stages of your career, I definitely see here that you're about to reach a goal, okay? Justice shall be served. How would you like to receive? Okay, so we have the Hangman, we have the 2 of Wands, and we have Justice. So your effort is going to pay off. A lot of you are going to be focused on administrative tasks over the next coming weeks and months. It feels more that you're, as I said, tying up loose ends, focusing on emails, you know, phone calls, maybe texts, if that's how you run your business or how you do business. A lot of paperwork going on here. I feel that some of you may even be dealing with contracts this month as well. And if you're entering into a new position, I see a contract being signed and it feels like you're getting pole position, star position there, where you're getting a really lucrative deal or a great job. I mean, for some of you, it could be that you are, you know, signing a contract with a client in some way. So it depends on what you do for a living. Everybody's going to be different there. If you're a creative, I see more attention coming to your work. I see people being drawn to what it is that you have to offer and that you are unique in your skill set. But I feel like you've been under a lot of stress or tension recently because we've got that 5 of Swords as your protagonist energy, which can indicate you've got a lot on your mind. You may have many fires burning, as it were, at this time. And, oh, they want me to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. I'm being given an energy, and don't shoot the messenger when I say this, okay? I've been given an energy of, like, what are you learning from leaving things to the last minute? Okay, don't shoot the messenger. I'm a Scorpio, and sometimes I really do leave things to the last minute, okay? So some of you may not, but I'm being given this energy. I feel like you're learning that you're really great under pressure, but you don't like to put yourself under that level of pressure. So I feel creating a more balanced approach to your work is, of course, very important. I mean, this is advice I should probably take myself as well, but it doesn't always go that way. You know, we have things happening in life that gets in the way, and we have to like compartmentalize or really kind of prioritize things that are super important. But I feel there's something here in the next 6 weeks that perhaps you've left to the last minute, that you're going to be on target, you're going to get it done, but at the same time, it's this feeling of like catching up, or maybe congestion, maybe some sort of anxiety there because you have that Five of Swords, which we will get to in a moment. So it's like, I would say just be mindful of what it is that you're leaving to the last minute, because if it is a monumental task, then of course it can cause a lot of pressure, a lot of anxiety, things that your body really does not need. So I feel it's about pace this couple of weeks ahead for you, okay? I feel with the Four of Coins at the end of your month, it means you get to save a little bit more money than you're expecting. I feel like you're on solid ground. I feel like you're taking ownership of your career, you're taking charge, and you're just really focused and diligent. You're keeping your eye on the prize. So I feel, you know, this is a very productive couple of weeks, and I feel like your passions are going to pay off, whatever those passions are. So let us get into each card. And your first card there is the Dog, okay? So this indicates that you are very loyal to your career. You're someone who basically finds out opportunity. You know, you dig and dig and dig until you find what you need in your career. So I definitely see some investigative kind of energy around you over the next coming weeks. Now, this could be that you've got an idea that you're investigating and you want to strategize before you launch it. For some of you, it could be that if you work for a company, could be that you need to dig out some documents or paperwork or receipts or something for a client or for someone you work with. Could also mean, if you're an entrepreneur, that it's tax time and that you're digging out receipts and you're getting everything organized in order to be able to either outsource it to an accountant or do your own accounts. Because this is like, you know, hunting things down, okay, in order to get organized, get everything in order there with that card. Now, we've also got friend, trust, companion, dependable, support, protection, loyal, soulmate, okay? Now, this can be your alliances in your working environment, people that you can trust. You're someone that people can trust. And I feel, especially since you've got the Two of Wands there and you've got the King of Wands in the resistance position, I want you to be aware not everybody is like you, okay? I feel like you're already acutely aware of that. Not everybody has the same work ethic, the same principles, the same values as you, especially in the working environment. So I would say if you've got new ideas, you know, either copyright them, patent them, keep them to yourself. Just work really diligently in silence until it's time to toot your own horn when it's done, okay? Because I definitely see you're very successful. I see that you are working towards something where you will gain recognition. And for some of you, if you're in the public eye, I feel like you've been working a long time trying to get to where you want to get or get noticed for the effort that you put in. I feel it's not about ego or fame or anything like that. It's just about you doing a good job, and you're going to be noticed for that. But some of you, this will catapult you into the public eye. Now, if you are someone who is, you know, like an influencer, this could mean that you're going to gain more traction, more followers, more people interested in what you have to say or what you actually put out there into the ether. But also, you know, for some of you, not all of you, this is a really random message. I don't know why I'm getting it, but maybe some of you are thinking about your pet being famous, okay? So I don't know what that means. Maybe some of you are thinking about like putting your pet online. And yeah, so I'm just getting that energy, and it's not something I get in any reading ever, but it's coming out in this one. So maybe this is something that you're thinking about as like a side hustle. So I feel, of course, it's an energy of your pet doing really funny things, and you just happen to have recorded them, and you're thinking, could I do things with this video rather than trying to make your pet perform for the internet? Okay, so that's what I'm getting. I'm going to move with respect away from that energy, but this is more about you being loyal to your tasks at hand. And You know, I am getting this energy because if you think about dogs, what they do is like, of course, they sniff out opportunity, but also they dig a little hole there and they bury the bone. So I feel this is you like putting some savings away for the future. So a lot of you are thinking about financial strategies, structures, being able to save a little bit, put a little bit into your pension, your 401k, maybe into your acquisitions, stocks and shares, whatever it is you're into. I'm not really au fait with financial structures, but some of you may be looking at that at this time. Maybe some of you are thinking about putting some things away for your kids if you have children and, you know, for college and things. So I really feel like you're on target for your financial structures. We have the Hangman here, though. This is your protagonist energy. So some of you may feel that even though you're working really hard and diligently towards something, because the dog is always on the move, you know, the Hangman is like you feel like you're in the same position. It feels like perhaps you're sacrificing a lot of your time and your energy for whatever it is that you do, and you're kind of thinking about finding a little bit more balance in your working environment, either getting your tasks done quicker, more efficiently, or you're like cutting out things that perhaps could be done in a different way so that you free up some time. Some of you may even be thinking about time structures, asking your boss for, a day off, or perhaps, asking to have different hours so that you do all the work in the time that you've got, but at the same time you free up your time so that you can be with your family or do other things that you want to pursue at this time. So I feel a lot of you are just thinking about things. This is a card of rumination. So it's really about you looking at opportunities to manifest, but also to take action on later on. There could also be some ideas that you are formulating right now that you're putting on the back burner and that you are going to implement or launch a little bit later on. Because I feel like with that Five of Swords, you've got so much on your mind. It's really important because I feel like some of you, it's this energy, and it may not be all of you, but I'm getting this like energy of like, you've got so many wonderful ideas. It's like, oh, that'll be amazing. I should do that. Oh, I've got to do that one. Okay, I did that one yesterday, but I need to revisit it because I got to do this. Maybe I should do this one as well. It feels very much like you've got so much going on in that beautiful brain of yours. It's time to compartmentalize and prioritize what's truly important at this moment in time. Do the things you can do in the now, and then everything else, it will fall into place when you have the time. So I feel that's about prioritizing at this moment in time as well. But I feel like you're as far as you should be on your career path because everything happens for a reason. There's always a lesson to learn in everything that we experience. And the Hangman puts himself on the tree of life in order to learn what makes him happy and to learn a little bit more about people, their motivations, and just life in general. So some of you, not all of you, I'm getting a small portion of you thinking about a sabbatical. Some of you may be taking some time out of work for a little while. Whether it's, I don't see any unwellness here, but it could be that you want to take some time out of the industry that you're working in right now. You intend to revisit it. Some of you may be wanting to go traveling, or some of you may be just like wanting to put things on pause briefly. Okay, that's not all of you. I'm getting a small percentage, like 6% of my beautiful Virgos thinking about this. Some of you may even be thinking about trying to get a little bit more nomadic in your working environment, and you're just wondering how to do that. So I do see that anything that you are ruminating on and formulating a plan on right now, it will become your reality. And you're going to be so proud of yourself that you took the time necessary to create that strategy. Okay. Now, some of you with the Hangman, you may have felt like the working environment has been disrupted in some way, turned upside down to some degree. You may have felt that there's been a lot of chaos or restructures going on. You may even be looking at the job market in general and feeling that there is an uncertainty. So it feels like you feel like you have to stay where you are right now because you're just feeling that things are difficult, and I feel like you're like riding things out. And I feel actually things are going to get better for you in particular, my beautiful Virgo. So I feel there's nothing to worry about looking at these cards, but I do see with that Five of Swords, there's a little bit of anxiety there. Also, the Hangman, it can indicate that you just feel like you're suspended in time, almost a little bit in limbo, that you're on autopilot in your working environment. But I feel this is about shifting a mind perspective, because when you do what you do day to day, sometimes, of course, it feels like a struggle, or it feels like a repetitive cycle. You feel a bit stuck, a little bit bored. But remember, when you get to that level of things being on autopilot, it means that you are a master or a mistress of your craft, okay? That you are so good at what you do that you're at the top of your game and you don't even need to think about it anymore. But if you really feel like you've hit a plateau, or you feel like you've hit a glass ceiling in your career, I feel you are thinking of ways to level up to the next stage. It almost feels like you're preparing to make a move, but you feel right now you're not sure if you want to do it. With the Hierophant here, I feel like some of you are entering into a course of learning. So you could be upskilling in some way, or learning other aspects of the industry that you work in right now, so that you can branch out, so that you can move up the ladder. So I really feel like you're in a very fertile time where your mind is going to absorb new information, and sometimes, especially when you've got a lot on the go, it can feel like overload. So please make sure that you get good quality rest. That Two of Wands is there in the resistance position for a reason. It says slow down. So I feel some of you, this period of pause is necessary to kind of regroup your thoughts, to calm your mind, and get clear on the next steps of your career. So I feel a lot of you, especially at the beginning of the month, I mean, as you leave September into the beginning of October, I feel, yes, you're doing a lot of things. You're very productive. But at the same time, I feel like you're just in a very deep, thoughtful phase about the next steps of your career. Now, also, the Five of Swords is tension. Okay, I got to be honest with you. So a lot of you, with the Hangman there is a message to kind of slow down in order to manage stress levels and pause. Because you know what? We all need money to pay the bills, right? We all got to work. It's just what we got to do. So, of course, we have to enter into that kind of like binding contract in life to make money to pay the bills. But also, we have to acknowledge that we are more important than that. Our health is more important than that, because without you, there's no money, no bills, right? So I feel it's really important to honor your mind, honor your body, and take stock of what you're capable of. And of course, you know, go after what you desire. I definitely see that you're a go-getting spirit. You're someone who is very passionate about what you do, but also, you know, you're destined for great success, but also just be a little bit mindful of, you know, pushing yourself too far to exhaustion, because I feel a lot of you are really exhausted at this time. Now, I do apologize if you can hear a very loud sound in the background. It's just they're doing some construction right outside my window. Okay, so it may be a bit loud. It's probably not as loud as I can hear it, because I've got that wonderful super microphone above, but I do apologize, and if I have to revisit this reading and stop, I will, but let's continue for now until it gets too loud that even you can't hear me. But the Five of Swords there, I feel this is about honoring, but it's about remembering that tension can also be a good indicator that something needs to change. So if you're feeling a little bit stuck or a little bit like overwhelmed in your career, I feel with the dog there, some of you may actually be offered some sort of support. And if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that it's a great time to think about outsourcing your day-to-day tasks to someone who could perhaps manage the load while you continue doing all the very interesting stuff that you love to do, okay? So I feel like you're looking at options right now. Also, this Five of Swords, it can indicate here that, you know, you are a very authentic version of yourself, okay? And I feel not everybody does things in the same way that you do. Everyone's got a different way of thinking. And I feel like some of you this month, you may have to just honor someone who is being super difficult. Now, this could be a boss or it could be a difficult client, but I see that you're very professional in the way that you deal with this person. And this goes a long way with this person, because I feel like this person, whatever hierarchical energy they have, because they're vibing at king energy, okay, so it could be that they're a boss, or if you're an entrepreneur, it could be a client, or someone that, you know, has a lot of respect in the industry, but they're also a very difficult, complex person. And I feel that the way you deal with this person, it basically really impresses them, and they actually, through word of mouth, they talk about you a lot after meeting you or dealing with you. So it could be that you are then put in for a promotion, or that, you know, you are going to gain more recognition and more clients because this person is impressed. And if anyone can impress this person because they're so difficult, is what I feel in the energy, then that really speaks volumes of your talents and your professionalism. So I feel some of you are going to come up against a person in the next 6 weeks who you think, oh my gosh, just go and do one. But at the same time, you're like, okay, you're going to be super professional, but also you're going to have a boundary. The Five of Swords is to remember a boundary. So I feel the way that you deal with it really impresses this person, okay? Now, we do have the Trumpet, but it is in the Resistance position, okay? Now, when you get this card in this position, it will go into the upright, but as it stands, it's kind of indicating that you don't really like toot your own horn. You don't really kind of like promote your work. You don't egotistically say, look at me, how great I am. But I feel it's really important because you're about to step into a spotlight. You're going to be thrust into this spotlight, okay? So it's not going to harm your career by really highlighting the skill set that you have. A lot of you may feel that you're unappreciated, unnoticed, and that you're just doing work day to day and that no one is really noticing what you're up to or what you're doing. But I see that at the end of October in particular, you're going to realize that you're an integral member of the team. Even if you're in an industry and you work by yourself, you really are forced to be reckoned with, and you are gaining recognition within that industry as someone who is to watch, okay? I feel like I'm being given the slogan, the one to watch, and everyone is pointing in your direction. So even if you feel that it's been slow and steady to get to where you are, remember how far you've come, but there is a lot more to come for you that is very, very exciting there too. Now, there is an energy here, as this card will go into the upright, of you following your inner calling, but also you gaining a level of success where people are talking about you. So for some of you with the Justice card and the Hierophant, I feel some of you may be tapped in the next coming weeks, especially if you work for a company. You may be asked to do some sort of training, okay? Now this training, at first you're like, oh my gosh, I've got so much on my plate already. But I feel like you welcome this training and it's actually setting you up for a promotion. That's what I see there. And if you're an entrepreneur, it could be that you are learning new skills that are going to set you apart from the competition and put you in a great position to be a leading force in the industry that you work in, okay? Now, as you can see, we've got victory, resurrection, awakening, decisiveness, inner calling, and forgiveness. Okay, now this is really going to affect you when you deal with this person. There's an energy when you deal with this difficult person that you realize it's not personal, okay? This person is also under a lot of pressure, and that does not give them the right to be snappy at you. Of course it does not. But at the same time, as I said, the way you deal with this person, they just have a lot of clout, okay? And we should never like bend over backwards for a person just because they're being angry or snappy or they feel like they're better than everybody else. But I feel there's just something in you in that moment that realizes actually it's not personal, and you know, this is their demeanor, but at the same time you carry yourself in such a confident way, but also in a very authoritative way and a very professional way that they really think, actually, I can't get away with this behavior with beautiful Virgo, but at the same time, I honor that they have also met my needs, because I feel like you do meet this person's needs, okay, in a very professional way. So victory is assured here. I see, especially in the third week of October, there is some wonderful news coming your way. Trumpets tend to represent news coming in, and it may be connected to some sort of contract or some sort of opportunity where there is a legally binding part of it that sees you get either more money or a secure amount of money, or it could be if you're industry is going through a major kind of like reconstruction, whether it's a company or an industry, the Four of Pentacles tells me you are secure in your position right now, okay? I also want you to be aware, if you're currently a Virgo who is out of work and you're looking for a job, if some of you feel that, you know, it's been a long time, I mean, the Hangman tells me you've been waiting a long time for the right opportunity to come along. I do see some of you getting some sort of free course online learning. I mean, it could be through YouTube, for example, to upskill in some way. And this goes on your resume, and it puts you in a position to get a really great role that has a very nice stable amount of money. It's a role that you can take ownership. It's a role where you dedicate yourself to it, and I feel it gives you an opportunity to build your wealth, and you will staircase your finances later on as well through this role. So I want you to be aware of that too. Now we do have the Two of Wands. Especially with the King of Wands there, a lot of you have been waiting to level up to a new position. So it can be that if you work for a company, maybe you were promised an opportunity to have a promotion and it hasn't materialized yet. You're going to hear more about it in the next 6 weeks, okay? What I see is there was a lot of paperwork and things that had to happen, like a procedure that had to happen before you get that role. So if you feel like it's not coming, that's not true at all. It is coming, and you will be signing a new contract. Make sure you pay close attention to the fine print, because I feel there is the potential there that they may try to offer a little bit less than you feel the role is worth. But with the Justice card, you negotiate that better deal. And I feel like you honor and value your skill set. And you actually have skills that other people applying for the role do not have. And I feel you will secure the role at, I feel like it's not a compromise. I feel actually you get pretty close to the money that you're hoping for in this role, okay? Now, the Two of Wands, it is in the resistance position. I feel a lot of you are going to experience delays this month. I feel if there's anything that you need that's critical to your business, I would order it ahead of time, because I see a lot of logistical kind of delays. So if you are ordering toner or something for the photocopy machine, I would get it in early, because I just see some logistical kind of problems there where either it's hard to deliver because of some sort of backlog. I'm just getting lots of congestion is the name of the game for the month of October. So I would get things in early, because there could be some problems with shipping is what I see there. I mean, also, if you're an entrepreneur and you need certain things, items, I would just get it in early, okay? That's just coming through there too. Now, it will go into the upright, of course, the Two of Wands, and this is a card of being very ambitious, but also restless. So I feel like there is a project or an idea that you really want to run with right now, but you know that you have to have a strategy in place, a foundation, before you launch it. Don't get ahead of yourself is what I'm saying, because I feel everything needs to be compartmentalized this month, and it's going to work really well in your favor. Also, the Two of Wands there, it's telling me there that you've waited for some results, and you have been maybe anxious or wondering how it's going to go. I mean, the star at the end of the month tells me it's going to go really well. I feel there's a bright future ahead of you. I see that things are going to go the way you hoped for, maybe even better than you hoped for, because some of you are a little bit uncertain. So if you have gone for some sort of test, or you've gone for a qualification or certification in order to upskill or get a new pay grade, I feel like you're a winner here with this energy. Now, we do have the King of Wands. It's in the resistance position. If I apply it to your energy, I feel a lot of you have been feeling a little bit unmotivated or had a lack of energy recently because you've had so much on your mind and you're exhausted, okay? I feel like you've been doing as much as possible, but I feel that there is more vitality, more energy for you as you move through the month. Also, I feel a lot of you, there may have been a creative block recently, and I feel, again, some of you, it's you being a little bit stressed or overworked. Some of you have had a little bit of difficulty sleeping as well. So I feel that creative block has come from those sort of set of variables that have sort of backlogged your energy a little bit, and now you're going to have a breakthrough. So you're going to be more inspired, have lots of wonderful new ideas, and you really are going to be excited to move forward on these things as well. Now, this would be your promotion. If you are waiting for that promotion, I definitely see there is some sort of information coming in about a new role, and I feel like you're taking charge of that, and you're going to lead a team. I see you leading a team, whether it's now or in the next couple of weeks. I see you really taking charge of a project or a team of people, and I feel like you really are a force to be reckoned with. Also, a lot of you are thinking about launching your own business. This is entrepreneur territory. So if you're an entrepreneur already, I feel like, there is some kind of idea that you've been ruminating on to branch out with, and I feel like you're going to launch that in the coming weeks, and it's going to be a major success. And for the rest of you, if you're launching a business, becoming an entrepreneur, I feel, make sure you get a proper legal structure in place there, because I feel, get advice if you don't know how to set one up, because it will be beneficial for you later on. But also, I feel this is about you being passionate about what you do, leading with your passions, and I feel that you're going to make some bold move in your career that is going to set you apart from other people. Now we've got the star energy here, and this is of course allowing yourself to be seen. So I would say if you are an entrepreneur, this is a great time to market your work or, promote yourself in some way. But also I feel, people are noticing you and what you have to offer. And I definitely see a lot of success surrounding you at this time. If you work for a company, the same, I feel people are noticing your skill set. You're going to gain some level of recognition in the next couple of weeks that really shows you that people are noticing that you're doing a good job. Now, you're not doing what you're doing to be noticed, but you want some level of loyalty shown to you for all the hard work that you've been, doing over the last couple of weeks. Sorry, I just got distracted because I'm seeing a literal award in the water there. It's a crystal award. It feels I can see it. It's it feels very heavy is what I'm looking at right now. It seems like a certain glass type shape or crystal type shape. So either your company, if you work for one, is going to get an award that's kind of glass or crystal, or you are. So yeah, I'm seeing that coming. I feel this comes a little bit later on towards the end of the year actually, but I'm being shown it now. So maybe people behind the scenes are, talking about who to award things too. A lot of you are going to have an appraisal in the next coming weeks. So you may actually be asked what you do, write a list of your day-to-day tasks, which can feel a little bit frustrating, but I would say put every single thing that you do in there. Even if it's a piece of paper that you do that to, put it in there because it highlights that you have so many variables that you have to do day to day that take up a lot of time. And you do so much, you go above and beyond. So I feel that's very important, especially if you work for a company. Now, if you're an entrepreneur, I definitely see that, you are going to be well known for what it is that you do, because this is all about reputation in general. So it says here, hope, recognition, goals, dreams, fame, wishes, optimism, progress, and reputation. Well, there you go. And I feel this is more about you kind of identifying the path that you've been on and seeing that you're making progress after a long time of feeling kind of on autopilot or in the midst of things. When you're in the middle of a project and it's chaotic and you're doing all the things and you can't see headway. You don't know if you're making progress because you're so in it. But then when you step back a little bit, or when you're tying up that project, you're finishing it, you realize, wow, that was a monumental amount of work and it's all come together and I made loads of progress on that. You're going to feel like that at the end of the month. You're going to be so productive, getting so much done. And we've got the Justice card. So this is the success that you're about to accomplish, you deserve it because you worked so hard for it. So I feel this is about you honoring that part of the victory that comes in there. The Justice card also indicates balance, of course. It's about cause and effect. You put the effort in and you're going to see the rewards that come out of it. So this card also indicates a lot of legal energy. Some of you, especially if you or dealing with a very difficult person, okay, in your working environment, you may talk to HR about this person, okay, and say, you know what, that behavior is just not acceptable. I just get an energy that you're not going to report them or make an official kind of statement, but I feel like you actually kind of say something. They realize that you've been very professional and dealt with it in the correct way, but at the same time, you're making it known it's not acceptable. Okay, so that's what is coming through there too. I mean, the Justice card, if you are dealing with someone who is a bully or abusing their position, you should always call them out on it in a professional way, going to HR, making it known. With the Hierophant, because the Hierophant is basically to give information or to make it known, and the Four of Coins is you just want to make sure that people are aware so it doesn't continue to happen. So I feel it doesn't go any further than that, other than they keep an eye on it, okay? So I want you to be aware of that. The Justice card is a great card because it means you're in the flow of doing. It means that you are making changes in your life, making some sort of adjustment in order to maybe even do two things at the same time, because I'm getting duality there. So it could be that you're not spreading yourself too thin. You know, you're giving a little bit of time and attention to one idea, and then you're working on something else as well. And I feel this is going to be beneficial for you. Make sure you don't burn yourself out. Now, the Hierophant, of course, this indicates people in high places noticing what you do, okay? Whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you are working for a company, these are people who are established at what they do. And as you move through the ranks, I definitely see that they are watching you and they want you to thrive and they want to elevate you. This is also a card of having faith that, you know, you worked really hard and now you will enjoy the fruits of your labor. So I do see that there is something coming in that you will see evidence of a payoff, or that things are taking shape and coming together as you hoped for. The Hierophant also indicates a lot of you are upskilling or gathering new knowledge to help you in your endeavors, and it just sets you apart from other people. Whether it's watching free videos on YouTube online, because there's so much out there. If you're like, how to do this, you know, suddenly you'll get a video on it, and it can kind of bypass some of the harder ways to learn certain things. So I feel it may be beneficial for you too. Now we've got the Four of Coins. Four Coins, this is basically you, business as usual, stable, moving forward and making progress, but it's also you creating a strong financial foundation for yourself. If you've been struggling financially, I feel like you're going to have a little bit of extra money this month because of your serious budget skills, but also this card, it can indicate that, you know, you are going to allow yourself to enjoy a little bit of your money, like treat yourself is what I see there, because this is a card with the Four of Pentacles and the rest of the cards that you've got there. It really highlights, you know, are you holding on to things that don't benefit you? What's not working in your career environment right now? Let go of those things. You know, life is too short to let it pass you by. So work is important, but also honoring your body, having fun, you know, making some adjustments so that you can enjoy life as much as possible. Easier said than done, I know. Especially in the economic climate that we're in right now. But I feel this is like a reminder, like, we need money, but we can't take it with us at the end of the day. And it's about just honoring your time here and enjoying what you do. So right now, because you're in this very deep, thoughtful phase, you know, if you're not enjoying something that you do, it's about how do you either revamp it, refresh it, or walk away from it eventually to do something that you do love doing. But ultimately, with that Four of Pentacles, I feel financially there's a stable energy about you. I feel you may hear about some sort of promotional energy or some leveling up, some really great news happening there for you, but you worked really hard for it. Fours, you know, because you're ending on a 4, which is really positive. It means it's time to celebrate yourself. You're on, you know, good ground. It can also indicate that, you know, you are in control of what you're doing. This is a month of concentrating. It's a month of stability, and it basically means that there is something to gain from this month. Not just knowledge, but also, you know, new alliances or new information that can help you move forward, and even a little bit of new money there as well, because I feel like you get to save a little bit. So we've got Braving Storms, okay? That's your first card there, and it says here, no matter what happens, you will emerge with grace. Changing direction, okay? So I feel this is more connected to the person that you deal with, okay? You deal with something with grace, and it will help you in a change of direction, because I feel this person will open doors for you. And we've also got movement. Now, both these cards are all about movement. You know, ships are all about the journey. The train there is about movement. And it says here, travel for work or getting a new job is possible now, getting ahead. So I do see some sort of, with the King of Wands there, some sort of new role or promotion coming in. As I said, I feel some of you are kind of like a little bit in limbo, but you may be putting your resume out there to find new opportunities, but you've been holding out for it. With that Two of Wands, you know, as we move through the end of October, I feel there is a shift where you're not waiting anymore. And I mean, you could be stepping into a new role that has a greater status, is what I see there. And it's a stable amount of money. And they also utilize your skill set. But there's just an energy with the protagonist energy right now. You just feel like you're kind of like, should I stay? Should I go? You're just working out the variables before you make that decision. But in the next coming weeks, You're going to have clarity and you'll make that decision, because there is something really big coming in there for you with that card. Okay, so following your passions and having money attached to it, great. There is some good stuff coming your way. Okay, so finally, ooh, oh my gosh. You know, I close my eyes when I pick the trinkets, and of course you can't see my eyes, so you have to trust me on this one. But I just obviously got these two trinkets for you, and they are the best trinkets ever when you come to a career and money reading, because we got a big old bag of money and we got a coin. So there we go. So this is a very fertile period to make some more money, to upskill in some way and enter a new pay grade, but you're attracting wealth at this time. You're focusing on a financial strategy, and I feel this will benefit you long term to bring in more wealth or save more. And yeah, so excited about that, my beautiful Virgo. You're on track, and I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates for you. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell, and it lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. And also it lets you know when I upload my next one. So thank you so much. And again, I want to apologize for the very loud sound. Hopefully you didn't hear it as much as I did, because I thought I had to like scream down the microphone for you to hear me, but hopefully it didn't impede your listening too much. Thank you so much for your understanding, and love and light.